I am a mother. My child deserves this more than you do. So give us your seat right now. If you ever hear this sentence in a public place, just sit back, grab some popcorn, and watch, because you are probably about to witness one of the most embarrassing downfalls in history. Welcome to QuReX Stories. Today, we are dealing with entitled parents, the infamous people who think giving birth automatically makes them royalty. We've gathered the most infuriating stories from Reddit where these parents tried to steal what wasn't theirs, only to fall headfirst into their own traps. If you're ready, let's kick things off with a $1 million airplane fight. First story: the first-class seat. Stealer. Our first story is an absolute legend from the r/StolenSeats subreddit. I had been saving up for months to buy a first-class ticket for my dream international vacation. I boarded the plane and walked toward my window seat, 2A, but sitting right there was an 8-year-old kid playing on a tablet. Sitting next to him in 2B was his mother. I politely said, "Excuse me, I believe 2A is my seat." The woman looked me up and down with total disgust and said, "Our actual seats are way in the back in economy, but it's too cramped back there. So we moved up here. You're young. Just go sit in our seats in row 35. I couldn't believe my ears. "Ma'am, I paid an extra $1,000 for this seat. Please get up." Suddenly she shrieked, "How can you be so selfish? He's just a child. We're not moving." No, I didn't even argue. I flagged down the flight attendant. The attendant's face turned ice cold. She said, "Ma'am, if you do not hold a ticket for this cabin, you need to return to your seats immediately. Otherwise, this is considered theft." The woman completely lost it. "I am a mother. You are a child hater." 2 minutes later, 2 armed police officers boarded the plane. The officer said, "You are a threat to flight safety. You are no longer flying today." They physically escorted them off. When the doors finally closed, the entire first-class section started clapping. Second story: the cafe tablet thief. A perfect moment of justice. But wait. We're just getting warmed up. I am a freelance digital artist. I was at a cafe, working on a major project using my professional $2,000 drawing laptop. A woman and her 6-year-old son sat right next to me. After a while, she approached me. "My son is bored. Give him your computer so he can play some games." I thought she was joking. "Ma'am, this is my work computer. It is not a toy." The answer is no. Her eyes practically popped out of her head. "You are a grown adult, making stupid little cartoons. You're the real child here," she yelled. I just put my headphones on and ignored her. 2 minutes later, I got up to use the restroom. In the split second, I turned my back. I saw the woman lunge and yank my laptop right off my desk. She screamed, "My son wants to play," and aggressively pulled it. Then, a loud, sickening crunch. The laptop crashed onto the stone floor. The screen was completely shattered. She grabbed her son and said, "Come on, we're leaving." "You can't play with broken garbage anyway." The owner locked the door and called the cops. When they arrived, she started fake crying. But the security camera footage showed everything. She was ordered to pay $2,000 for the laptop, plus an additional $1,500 in damages. I guess her son learned a real lesson that day. Third story: the monster-in-law. And for today's grand finale, the downfall of a monster-in-law. I was the maid of honor at my best friend Sarah's wedding. Her mother-in-law, Susan, had been warned multiple times. "Please do not wear white." But then, Susan walked in. She wasn't just wearing a white dress. She was wearing a massive white lace wedding dress with a train. She gave a smug smile and said, "It is my right to look like a queen. Sarah can just deal with it." Sarah was fighting back tears. As the maid of honor, it was my time to shine. I walked to the bar and ordered a massive, overfilled glass of the darkest red wine they had, while Susan was walking across the dance floor. I accidentally tripped. I launched that entire glass of red wine directly onto the chest of her snow-white dress. That pristine dress instantly turned into a giant blood-red disaster. Susan let out a hysterical shriek. "You ruined my dress." I covered my face, crying fake tears, and wailed, "I'm so sorry." Even the groom wasn't mad. He just looked at his mom and said, "You weren't supposed to wear white anyway, Mom. Go change." Susan left in utter humiliation. As for Sarah, she had the most beautiful wedding photos ever taken. Entitlement is a trap that always ends in humiliation. Would you have waved goodbye to that woman on the plane? And rate the Maid of Honor's red wine operation out of 10. If these stories of instant justice made your day, make sure to subscribe to QuReX Stories. Hit that like button and click the next video on your screen right now. Remember, nobody is better than anyone else. See you in the next story.